Welcome to the PrinnyCast Roundtable, a casual weekly show where we talk about what we've been up to over the last week and various gaming-related stuff. We're your host, Chris, me, Mike,
hello,
and Grover.
Hello.
And it's been an interesting week. I mean, it's not been crazy, but it's been interesting. So we'll start with what we've been, well, just everything, not just what we've been playing, but what we've been up to. I think that's going to end up being about as much of a topic as anything these days. So how about you, Mike?
Mostly just sticking to Diablo 3 and some... what did I play?
Oh, no. Oops.
I think I only played Diablo 3.
Well, there you go.
And I didn't even play that very much. I haven't played much this week.
What the heck have you been doing with yourself?
Well, I worked, and then I was sick over the last weekend, so...
Oh, yeah.
That was a whole lot of
Yeah,
fun.
you were pretty bad last week.
Yeah,
I think you said
I know
like
I sound...
a whole 10 words that were not forced.
But yeah, mostly just Diablo 3. I logged in to check out some of the changes, don't really notice anything, so... Actually, I did play some Beyond Good and Evil as well. So, 2 games, Diablo 3, Beyond Good and Evil. I feel like I'm forgetting stuff. I got decently far in the game the last time I played it, and there are things in the game that I know I did already in my previous playthrough before the save file got deleted, which was my fault. That was totally me. But anyway, I played the game on Steam, and there's stuff at the very beginning of the game that you can't access yet, and I keep thinking that I'm supposed to be able to, and I'm just missing the information, so I'll wander around for a bit looking for stuff that's not even there. I still can't remember where to get it, but, I'll figure it out.
Memory serves, it's kind of a short game, isn't it? About 6 to 8 hours?
It feels like it's going to be short. I can't speak too much on the length of it because I'm one of those people that can take a 4-hour game and turn it into a 10-hour deal, so I take my time.
So how about you, Grover?
Well, I played a few games. I played a lot of turret defense games. I played Bloons TD5. I hadn't played it for a week or so. I realized that I haven't done any Let's Plays for it, so I'm going to have to do that probably one tomorrow.
Yeah, you said you had one for Tropico, and you never got back to that.
I know, I never did. I started playing Planicide, and I just kind of abandoned Tropico temporarily. Bloons TD5, I got kind of rusty, but I quickly got back to it. I saw they added another map. That's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. I'm glad about that. They do something other than their stupid daily challenges, which I hate passionately. Because I can really repeat them, and it's just like, why must I deal with this kind of crap? There's Kingdom Rush, and it's okay to me, but there's just things on it that irk me. I really like the thing where you put the defenders down and they block the path and they fight. I really enjoy that, but there's some parts of the game that really aggravate the hell out of me. Actually, the gameplay, I'm not even going to say that because aggravation's good. When a game challenges me, that's awesome. It just doesn't seem like there's enough towers, although the variety that you can turn the towers into by upgrades is pretty good, so I can't really complain about that. What I can complain is the endless mode in the game. You can upgrade stuff, and I do so immediately. You upgrade everything, you get a hero. And the developers decided since you become a god, it's a good idea to nerf you based on what level you're playing. So on the later levels, you can use everything you have on endless to make sure you win, but if you go to the first level and try to play on endless, you can't upgrade anything. Even your deploy troops to help fend them off are not upgraded, even though you upgraded them. So that kind of turned me off dramatically because I have to get that to get the stars to get more upgrades. Mm-hmm. So I'm just kind of aggravated by that. They can just make the level harder or something, or maybe make an endless mode where you have to play as if you were starting on that level, then make an endless mode where you get to have it acts like you have beaten the game, you have everything, and it just goes crazy on you, which I like. Then I played Field Runners, and Field Runners 2 is starting to get old on me for the fact that I've done everything.
You said that last week, too.
Yeah, all I could do is try to get scores higher and higher, and it's just taking so damn long now. I mean, if you played that game before, you know what I'm talking about. Getting to level 500 on that game can take hours, and you don't want to do that after 10 times. You're just like, I've been playing this game for hours, I'm done. So then I've been playing PlanetSide 2, and oh god, I've been playing PlanetSide 2. I've been playing the crap out of that game. And the game is free to play, so if you want to go play it, you can go download it right now and play it on Steam. It's free to play, but it is kind of pay to win in some ways, because you can still get everything that a person that paid can get. You just have to work hard and save up the certs. Mm-hmm. And it really aggravates you when you go up against somebody that's paid, because they'll kick your ass. There's really not much to say about that. If you see somebody with a shotgun and you don't have a shotgun, run for your life. Unless you're in a vehicle, then you're fine. But yeah, sometimes it just really turns you off when you go up with somebody that's paid for like $500 into the game. And I'm no joke. I've heard of people putting way more than that into this game. Really? And they're just monsters. They're just dangerous as hell when you go near those people. Then I played Titan Quest, and I haven't got out of Greece. I just keep getting bored board. I need to add mods that make it harder.
This is almost a repeat of last week's.
It is
Just about everything you've said.
Everything. It's like I'm just doing the same damn thing. And then I'll say I played Tropico 4, and everybody knows Tropico 4. Yeah, I played like one session of it. I played the Modern Age. Maybe did I say that last week too? Oh my god! Good god! But yeah, I did exactly what I did last week, except for one other thing. I played SimCity 4 because people assured me, oh, it's going to be better. They fixed a lot of things, and they did fix a lot of things, but a lot of things are still completely screwed. And no matter what I do, the traffic still goes completely out of control. Basically, just gave up on it again. I played it for like a couple hours, tried hard to get myself to enjoy it, make the traffic work, and it didn't work, and I just uninstalled it again. So I did the same thing with Origin. It was just like that was. But yeah, other than games, I've just basically been on a Star Trek kick. I've been watching The Next Generation on Netflix, and then just today I went and watched the new Star Trek. And no spoilers, it's a great movie. You should go watch it.
I heard somebody else watched it today too. I'm feeling left out. Awkward silence because he's distracted again.
I'm sorry.
We can cut it. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I was reading another review for Star Trek. All of the critic reviews that I see, there's not a single one above 55.
But did you like how did you think of the new movie, though?
I thought it was really, really, really awesome.
I liked it, too.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. I didn't have any idea what it was about going into it other than what I could glean from the trailers. I purposely avoided reading any kind of, review or critic thing on it because I was afraid of part of it being spoiled for me.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta admit that the original Star Trek movies are way better than the Next Generations.
That's not saying much.
Well, yeah.
Next Generation. Nemesis was okay.
First Contact, I liked that.
First Contact was probably the only one that would actually stand on its own, but the rest of them...
The rest are horrible.
One was a nightmare, and everybody can pretty much find out why easily enough by just reading up on what happened during production. That's Generations. And then Insurrection was basically a glorified TV episode.
I didn't even watch it.
Yeah, it didn't seem much like a movie when I watched it.
And wow, I'm sorry, I've thrown us off track. Let's continue. What did you play, Chris? And what did you do?
Well, I played some random Congregate stuff, mostly the newer stuff that they've released this week, and kicked around a little more Yu-Gi-Oh! With Mike on Dueling Network. And it is kind of nice to have an online game that I can actually play with other people, but I still suck at card games, so...
Hey, you beat me a couple times.
Yeah, I actually did have a couple of decent games. I'm slowly learning, little by little. I played some
trying to be
Super
a good
Smash
teacher.
Flash 2, and some people may remember the Super Smash Flash original, which was basically a Flash game version of Super Smash Brothers. It was very glitchy and had some issues, but while I'm still having some crashes and stuff, because it is a beta, it's not a full release or anything, this one actually plays really, really well, and the stage designs are actually very clever, and I haven't found a character that's specifically really overpowered, so the balancing is pretty decent. I mean, Sora from Kingdom Hearts is in it, and his little Keyblade throw is kind of cheap if you're playing one-on-one, but it's a hefty download. Maybe if people on faster internet wouldn't have so much of a problem, but it can take up to about 45 seconds just loading each stage if it's not something that's already in my cache. But outside of that, the only other things I've been really playing has been related to the PrinnyPlays, which I actually finally got officially started this week with the first upload of Felony 1179.
Today.
A lot of emulator problems, but it recorded well, and
it was good.
Yeah, I was actually funnier than I thought it was.
I believe that you didn't say dude enough, dude.
Yes, that is something. And I'm also trying to learn what sounds the most Prinny-like in that voice. I'm finding it. If I just act kind of panicky and talk in a higher voice all the time, I kind of convincingly sound like a Prinny every now and then. So yeah, I just need to keep working with that. But fighting the emulators and the recording devices, every time I try to... I work with one, it crashes. I work with Fraps, it slows everything down. I've even tried the thing that everybody was telling me to do, that you just need to record on the hard drive, and then on another hard drive is where you play the game, and you won't have that problem. I did that, did no changes. Grar. And I'm not going to be too happy with the little raster lines that's going to start showing up in the Xbox games, and probably some of the PS2 games, because I don't think I can record that emulator on here at the same time. Because there's some games that just do not work very fast to begin with, and you run a recorder on top of that, it's going to be a mess. The 2D games like Disgaea and stuff I might get away with. with, but anything 3D is probably going to be beyond it, so it's probably going to have to go through my card. And I ain't got the $150 for those magic cards or anything else. Magic cards? That's not the name of it. Dazzle. Magic cards is something else. But yeah, aside from that, I did some computer dusting and repair mess today that just about gave me a panic attack because of all the weird stuff that went wrong. Still some parts I could not get apart to save my life, and I can't figure out how because it's like they're a solid piece of plastic. There was nothing to unclip or anything. Weird. So I couldn't clean out the fan quite the way I wanted to on the graphics card or the heatsink, but it's a heck of a lot cleaner than it was. It wasn't really that bad. But.
You know how I found how to clean a computer the best, and most people probably cry when they hear that I do this, although I've done it for years and I hasn't heard anything? Use an air compressor.
Yeah. As long as the air's clean and it's not.
Yeah, as long as the air's clean. Make sure it's clean.
Yeah.
And don't blow too close.
Yeah.
You don't need to be. You need to be 2 feet away.
And I think that's the thing. It's too easy to damage stuff.
You do need to be holding on to the tower part the whole time you're doing it because all that air blowing does cause static. So you could lose static charge.
The main problem I had is, you know the old joke about always having more parts than you began with? I have this itty little screw that came out of nowhere. I have no idea where it came from. Not
sure it wasn't nowhere.
A spring. And there's nothing in there that I know of that uses springs except for the fans. Well, the fan that it probably came out of, I never got apart, so I don't know how it could have gotten loose. Because it's a teeny little spring. But yeah, that's pretty much been a lot of my week. I've gotten some more music stuff done. I've recovered some songs I thought I'd lost forever, which I'm kind of happy about. I'm just about to get my Castlevania / My Little Pony remix up. I think I might intentionally wait a little bit because it was just not this last week, but the week before last that I put up the last video, and I want to space them a little bit because we'll call it in quotes contract with Pixel News I think is over because the contact I had with Pixel News, he doesn't work with them anymore.
Oh,
and the other guy doesn't bother to contact me. So the last 2 remixes that I've done, keep in mind this is months apart, are still not on the website, and the last remix that I put up wasn't even on Facebook. So I'm kind of guessing they forgot about me. So I'm keeping all of the requests that I've had from their Facebook, keeping them in my request list, and when they come up, I'll do them. But I don't know. I guess that's the end of that.
Where am I on the list for the request?
It's random. I pick at random. But I have 3 that's already on the way, but it's like 2 of them are the hardest ones, and the 3rd one, for some odd reason, I keep forgetting how the Star Fox Corneria theme goes. All I need to do is put a file on the rig, and I do fine. But I know that song. Yeah, exactly.
From the original Star Fox. Wow, it's Star Trek on the brain. Yeah, that's exactly. Everybody knows that song if you played it. It's just in your brain.
But yeah, that's one of the parts I keep forgetting.
See? He's got it too.
I don't understand. But we tried to spread the love around on Reddit, and that guy with the glasses again. Reddit, I noticed a lot of downvotes. I'm thinking it's the same people that had us beef with us from the last time. I don't know, though, because we
do have a small mention from Reddit. You crazy that is stalking me. Stop it. That's all.
He doesn't watch us. That guy with the glasses stuff, I don't think it's going to go anywhere. The forums are a lot quieter than I thought. I know it got us a few views, and I'm thankful for the folks who actually watch, so maybe if you come back, ideas and comments and stuff, feel free to share them with us. We like to entertain you guys, but we want to make it your show as much as it is ours. So, the best news was on Monday. The 13th, as the claim against us on YouTube was not renewed and thus was defaulted, so we lost our mark against us and we're back up to our full privileges again. We'll probably still keep to roughly the 15-minute videos type stuff, but at least I know that if we go a little over,
we're safe.
We'll be okay.
We are safe.
Yes. Woo! And a shout out to Chris King and the rest of the staff at NIS America. We're more than excited that you guys like the show, and I hope perhaps you'll keep watching, but I guess that's all we can really say about that.
Yeah, we can't really say much about that.
I guess that's our show for the moment, so thanks to longplays.org for some videos, thanks to galaxyclouds.com, home of the PrinnyCast forums. Follow Grover on Twitch TV /PrinnyCast_Grover, and Mike on Twitch TV, who's as to watch either of them when they stream games, which hasn't been a whole lot lately, but you never know when they're going to get back into it again.
It would be like crack.
Mine is mostly computer limitations and keeping me from doing it.
Well, you started with the Diablo thing, and that kind of fell apart, I think is why.
Yeah, people lost interest, the people I was playing with.
And YouTube. Grover's channel is PCGOTW, when he posts some commentary gameplay. My channel is Maserati, where you'll see me post music, largely video game remixes, but all sorts of stuff. Mike doesn't actually have a channel he posts on. He has a channel, but he doesn't post on it. Maybe he'll do that someday, but I think he he's still kind of hinting about doing some review work here on the PrinnyCast channel. So we'll see if we can keep edging him into doing that. And our Twitter is at PrinnyCast. Our email is prinnycast@gmail.com.
I was just going to say, if I do end up with a copy of the new Star Trek game, then I will probably do a review on it.
Dun, dun, dun. But that's our roundtable for this week. Join us for the game news. Join us for PrinnyPlays. Join us on our streams and everything else we do. And we'll catch you next time.
See you next time.
Later, dude.